Silence is one of the most misunderstood forms of communication. People think silence means nothing is happening. But psychologically, silence is often where everything happens. When someone goes quiet, they're not withdrawing. They're observing, thinking, recalibrating. Silence exposes truth. It reveals intentions. It shows what words have been hiding. And it changes the dynamics of relationships, conversations, and even the way we see ourselves. Today, we're exploring the psychology of silence, why it unsettles some people, comforts others, and why the ones who master silence often understand life more deeply than the ones who never stop talking. 1. Silence reveals more than words ever could. People can control what they say. But silence? Silence is raw, unfiltered truth. When you stop speaking, you start seeing. You notice people's reactions. You feel their intentions. You observe who respects the quiet and who tries to fill it with noise. Silence forces authenticity. It makes people reveal who they are when they can no longer rely on your words to guide the moment. Silence is not emptiness, it's clarity. 2. Silence creates power through mystery. Humans are wired to be curious. We're drawn to what we don't fully understand. When you stop explaining yourself, stop oversharing, stop narrating every thought, people naturally lean in, not because you're being difficult, but because you're no longer giving automatic access to your inner world. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's simply boundaries. It's a quiet confidence that speaks louder than any performance. The less you reveal, the more people pay attention. 3. Silence protects you from reacting emotionally. Most conflicts don't come from the truth, they come from reactions. Silence creates a pause, and in that pause, emotional fire loses its heat. Silence allows your mind to catch up with your emotions. It prevents regret. It preserves relationships. It keeps your dignity intact. A person who chooses silence over impulsive reaction is someone who understands their own power. Because silence isn't avoidance, it's self-control. 4. Silence is a boundary without confrontation. You don't have to argue, explain, or debate to set a boundary. Sometimes the most powerful boundary is simply not responding. When someone disrespects you, your silence communicates your limit more effectively than any long speech ever could. Silence says, I will not participate in this. I will not be spoken to like this. I value my peace more than this conversation. People feel silence, and that feeling changes behavior. 5. Silence breaks manipulation. Manipulation needs engagement. It needs your reactions. It needs your explanations. It needs your emotion. Silence ends all of it. Gaslighting collapses when you refuse to argue. Guilt-tripping loses power when you don't justify yourself. Control weakens when you no longer respond on demand. Silence is not compliance. It is resistance, a calm form of strength that confuses people who expect access to your attention. 6. Silence strengthens your intuition. Most people are disconnected from themselves because life is loud. Phones, conversations, opinions, expectations. Silence reconnects you to your inner world. It sharpens your instincts. It makes you aware of what your body feels, what your heart needs, and what your mind has been trying to tell you. Carl Jung said, your vision becomes clear only when you look within. Silence is where looking within begins. 7. Silence gives your words more impact. Psychologically, scarcity increases value. When you speak less, people listen more. Your voice becomes stronger, not because it's loud, but because it's rare. When you finally choose to express your truth, after moments of reflection and calm, your words carry weight. Silence doesn't weaken your voice, it amplifies it. 8. Silence shifts relationship dynamics. Silence does something fascinating. It disrupts patterns. When you stop chasing, people notice. When you stop explaining, situations change. When you stop filling in the gaps, others feel the responsibility to step forward. Silence brings balance where imbalance once existed. It gives others the space to reflect, correct, or reveal their true level of investment. Every relationship becomes clearer when silence enters the room. 9. Silence is a mirror people can't escape. Words allow people to deflect. Silence makes them face themselves. Silence creates a psychological mirror, and not everyone likes what they see in it. That's why some people get angry, anxious, or uncomfortable when things go quiet. Your silence confronts their behavior. It forces self-awareness. It reveals guilt. It exposes intentions. Silence doesn't punish people. It makes them honest. 10. Silence is emotional maturity. Noise is easy. Reaction is easy. Talking without thinking is easy. Silence is discipline. Silence is patience. Silence is emotional depth. It is the ability to sit with your feelings without projecting them onto others. It is the ability to choose peace over proving a point. It is the wisdom to understand that not every situation needs your energy, your voice, or your presence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a sign of someone who has learned how to protect their mind, their emotions, and their inner peace. Silence is not the absence of communication. It is communication. It speaks. It reveals. It transforms. It protects. The world may be loud, but the mind grows in quiet, and the soul finds its truth when the noise fades away.